Don't panic, folks. That's me just bullying my way in and manually changing titles. Somehow they got missed. But I still have access. I made it happen. See you in a moment. You know what? We don't need to wait. Let's just hit buttons. Let's unglow ourselves. That was a close one. Good morning and happy Emerald Coast Day, my friends. I am so pumped to see you all here. Oh, it's a little dark. I should maybe change that. Glad that everybody has got their hands on the new map that has come to the Hunter Call of the Wild. If we haven't met before, my name is Jaxie, some guy with a beard, computer, guns, that sort of thing. And it is a pleasure to be here today. The first thing I did when I got up is I jumped into Facebook, I jumped into Discord, I jumped onto Reddit, I went and checked Steam. I wanted to see what everybody was thinking now that they got their hands onto this glorious new map, not a reserve. And I'm not disappointed. It looks to be a very smooth release. I actually let's keep it somewhat shaded over here. We're gonna talk for a little bit. We're gonna go over some patch notes today. We're gonna offer some tips and tricks, some things that might make your hunt a little bit easier here in Emerald Coast. Because hey, there are some challenges. I'm just gonna throw that out there. There certainly are. Just to that, there's so much going on right now. Our team is hopping. So the title got missed on YouTube, so I went in and did that myself. That's why you had that momentary pause. Sorry, eh? Okay, let's get to this, man. So I am somewhere right now, before we even get into the patch notes, okay? Before we even get into the patch notes, there are some gems on this map that you all need to go and check out. And I'm not going to show it here today. I'm just going to show you where it is so you can go and experience it for yourself. It is called the Opal Sanctuary, right up here at the beginning or the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm on my personal. I don't even want to talk about all the, you should have seen it. It was wild. But head up there and check it out. You'll see what I'm talking about. Tons of fun, but I'm not going to go look at it right now because it's part of the story and you absolutely should do the storyline. One little spoiler, and I've seen some folks were super eager. With the new 22,250 here in game, if you do the story, you won't have to wait long and you won't have to spend those credits. Get to that. That's not really a spoiler. It's just trying to help you in your journey. It's a thing. Have fun with it. So yes, that's correct. If you haven't heard, Emerald Coast, brand new map released today. With that comes a plethora of new stuff and things. Let me tell you, lots of new stuff and things. I just, man alive. Let's do this because it's wild. These are by far our longest patch notes. Let me tell you why. In the past, our patch notes were done directly from the devs, handed to community, and there's a lot of things that happen in between there. Our QA has stepped up, and they have taken on the load of giving us the patch notes. Like, oh my goodness, that is such a big job. And if you haven't seen them, well, there's quite a few. And that's condensed. You should have seen them. We have like 11 pages. There are so many fixes. There's new features. And we're going to go through some of that right now. And we are going to head out for a little bit of a hunt. I want to give you guys some tips and tricks. I think it'll really help some of your hunts out there. I've had a lot of questions already. My DMs are absolutely blown up. And a lot of it was, how do I do this? How do I do that? So we're going to do our best to try and show you that. So let's get into it. Hello, chat. Hello. Hello. How is everybody? You guys are absolutely wild. I love it. I absolutely love it. So before I even go any further, this is a great opportunity for you guys to give me your feedback, your likes, your dislikes, the good, bad, and if there is some ugly, throw it at me. What I really want to do here today, my takeaway is I want a really good feeling of your first day impact with this new map, because there's so much love that has gone into this, so much time and energy has gone into this to ensure it's the best experience. We even got it to our testing groups earlier than normal, which was very hard to do. I tip my hat to everybody involved in that process, because we wanted to make sure that with everything that we give it enough time. But you know, this really, it's a big focus. You guys see how big this is, right? Arguably, I'm gonna step out of my work role and put on my player hat. This is the biggest map to come to this game, man. I mean, not actual size wise, it's like the same as the others. What is it? Yeah, it's big. Is it 62 or 92 square miles or something? It's wild, man. It's wild. Loving the map. Think yours. Oh, just getting the update done. True Hunter, nice. Good day. Alpine Gaming Australia. Good day, my friend. Good to see you, sir. You had a lot of fun with that out there. I was lurking quite a bit, man. Love it. New access came as a real surprise. Very nice, very nice. Well, we did put out a lot of the information. I tried to portray as much as I could for you guys in the lead up to it. Some of the skin redesigns, like the red deer, like the axis, like the fallow, it's such an improvement, you know, and it makes a big difference. I found a diamond axis during my creator weekend shenanigans, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is an axis? This is a time. Look at the size of it. It was fantastic. So I want to see from you guys throughout the community. Start posting all those beauties you find. Okay, let's get into this. We got lots of time to talk, but I really want to get through this so that we're not staring at just this. Me. First off, we're going to go with the highlights. Prepare for an unforgettable challenge. Look, I'm not going to read every word for word, but we all know the majestic fallow deer have been added to the great ones. It is truly a stunning beast to behold. I'm really excited to see. Man, give me those screenshots, baby. Let's see them all. Let's discover everything it has to offer. Everything is styled with the Australian bushwear outfit. This is a really cool addition. It is free. Whether you own the new map, I almost said reserve map or not, this is free. It's something we've done that I kind of like that they did that. They put it into the free category, so you just need to go into the game and purchase it. You don't actually have to buy Emerald Coast for the one or two people out there that won't. So it's kind of cool. I dig the hat. It kind of gets me into it. It's you look like a true Aussie. You really do. We just need like, we need the proper, every time you take a shot, oh, crikey, we need that. We need some authentic voiceover. There's more customization. So this is really cool. We showed it off a little bit. You can customize your tents and ground blinds. All the customizations previously unlocked to use on weapons may now be applied to them too. So it's not just fresh moving forward. You get all the goodies. It's pretty dang cool. Now, listen, if you want to see these patch notes, the website, it's always like arm wrestling with it, but our team, they're pumped and they won. So it is live on our website. You can find it on Reddit. There's links within the Discord. I just added the latest link here for the website in the patch notes sections in the Discord. So if you're looking for it, that's where it is. Let's talk about some of these new features. This is kind of cool. Animals now have a chance to create interactive audio clue when fleeing. We've seen that. When the animal flees, you have a chance of a call, which it's kind of handy because often we don't get to see the animals we're spooking. I see a lot of hunters are out there doing the run and gun tactic, which can be quite effective. It can be quite good. Jeez, effective. What is wrong with the... So... advantages to this, if you are that style of player, you're going to get a flee call, which will give you an opportunity to go, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that guy was there. But wait, there's more. It will also show you the estimated distance to that flee call, which is very handy. Previously, all we had was the parentheses, the brackets, and you could tell roughly by the size of that display on screen, but you didn't know for sure. So that's kind of a nice quality of life feature. And that was the next point. Interactive with any audio clue will now display an estimate. I'm just going to read. Springbok, European bison, and plain bison have all got new true rack horn designs. These things are awesome. I know with all of the hype around Emerald Coast, a lot of this will get overshadowed. In fact, Flinter has a great video that he took the time, I don't know how he managed it, to stay off of Emerald Coast, and he shows it really well. So check out the Springbok and the Bison. They got some love. It's a big improvement in my mind. And I'm just gonna put it out there, because I had about 5 questions this morning. No, female Bison will not make diamond. I will confirm that for you. I will not deny, I will confirm. They have a hard stop, and you can't get nice golds on them. It's just with the new True Rack and how it all works, you can get some real beefy ones. It's very cool. Alligators have gotten more aggressive with the new addition of saltwater crocodiles. It's arguably one of my favorite things about our game now. They will attack more often and more clever about how and when they will get close and personal with you. So be careful out there. You're not kidding. If you haven't tried them yet, oh, I do need a big knife. That's not a knife. If you haven't tried them yet, carry a big gun. They are a blast. They're hunting bullies, okay? You're gonna have to figure out how to work around them, because they share some home ranges with some of the other sought-after new species, much like magpies. Remind me later, and I won't show you. We're not gonna do that today. I had a presence of mind to set up a whole little setup and do some magpie hunting, but there was too much other stuff happening, and I think maybe we'll do that next week if there is still some confusion on it. But there's ways to handle it. Honestly, you don't need to be right on top of them, so I'll talk about that in a little bit. That's music to my ears. Man, I better not die in this outpost while we're reading this. Alligators are going to come from across the map, or the crocodiles, sorry, and have me for lunch. But the alligators and crocs got a ton of love. You will notice a difference experience on Mississippi if you can peel yourself away from Emerald Coast long enough, which actually really changes the dynamic of that map. And I'm really interested to hear what you guys think, because it's low-key one of the best changes. There are ways to avoid it. This isn't going to, for those of you that don't want to dance with the crocs, we're not forcing it on you unless you're going to run right into the mangroves, put ketchup on you, dangle garlic. I hear they like garlic. I don't know. So yeah, alligators, crocodiles now float to the surface for retrieval when they die underwater. We know that's a big deal. That was one of the reasons that they weren't as well received as we had hoped with the release of Mississippi. So it changes the hunt. You no longer are the days where they're going to go submarine and you're going to lose them. We're dropping depth charges, baby. We're pulling that sub in. So yeah, they float back up. They come to you. It's actually a really nice improvement. Harvest screen's been redesigned. We covered that in some of the streams. If you haven't seen it, not only does it look neater, it's a little tidier. You'll notice some changes in the overall presentation, but really the biggest change comes to your shot info. You can, if there's only one shot, then you're just going to see the info for that. But if you have more than one shot on it, or one of your friends maybe was trolling you and shot it a few times, you can click on each shot and it will show you all the info for that. Just declutters it a bit. Really interested to hear what our players think of that. It's meant as a, just an improvement overall. We'll see what you guys think. Players may now tag their favorite customization options to make them appear in a favorites menu for easy access. Pretty self-explanatory. Kind of nice to have that option. You can now choose which version of your trophy lodge to load into in multiplayer games. We had issues with multiplayer crashing when trying to get into lodges. We know you want to be able to show off your lodges. So as you can see, we've made a little change here. So you can no longer switch to different lodges after loading into a multiplayer game. That's to prevent the trophy lodge from desyncing, right? Failing to sync and desyncing. It's basically, it's a fail safe. We were having problems before. We want it to be the best experience for you. So that is in place. So if you're showing your friends your lodge, you want to show them another lodge, you're going to have to remake that room. But you can get in there and do it now, and it's definitely a step in the right direction. Oh, man alive. So these are the new features. Before I go into the adjustments and improvements, I know I'm missing so much in chat. I apologize. Yes, KBQ, I'm on my, I'm finishing my second right now. It's super exciting for me. This This time of year is like Christmas morning, man. I get up and the first thing I do is start going through to make sure that it was a smooth release. It was released at about 1 a.m., 2 a.m. my time, Pacific Standard. So seeing that, it gives me a lot of time to kind of catch up on things and to kind of just, try and help our QA if there is any issues. But this has been really smooth. We will talk about the population resets, the specific animals, and some of the confusion around that, but we'll get to that. It won't take long as we start to go through the adjustments and improvements. Provided I don't die in the process. Forgive me. Important times. I need to be live, but the cough is actually now getting worse on week 3. Ridiculous. Okay. Adjustments and improvements. Gameplay. This is a nice little tweak that is going to help a lot of our new players. The XP requirement values for various weapons, ammunition, and gear have been revised to make them less confusing and to make some basic equipment more accessible to new players. You guys will discover this as you go, but the idea is we are forever bringing new players to our beloved game. We are seeing people out there and we just want to make it a better experience. Is that really going to affect players that have been level 60 for the last 11 years? No, but it'll help you when you convince your buddies to come out and help you find that super rare. You get them into your game and, yeah. The 223 ammunition should be more effective for all 223 compatible weapons. That just, seriously, modern rifle weapon pack. Yeah, you know where I'm going with that. It is better. It's better. We've seen the expansion be adjusted. It definitely drops quicker on, say, a heart shot. Is it made it a meta weapon? No, it's not a meta weapon, but it's viable now, and it's put it in contention. It's nice to have the weapon grouping of the 223, the 22-250, and the 243 working in a lot of the crossover same classes. It's just a nice little tweak and improvement for it. The red deer, feral goat, and fallow deer and axis that was missed in that section of the patch notes have all had their fur updated to improve their look, and it is a big improvement. I greatly appreciated seeing the new looks, especially what that does for us moving forward. So very, very cool. Digging that one. Alligators in Mississippi should spend more time on land. That's a huge improvement. Mexican bobcats will now be out drinking into the wee hours of the morning. And to reflect changes to the updated species, the springbok, bison, Euro and plains, alligators, Mexican bobcats have all been reset. Now, with the reset, I saw some confusion. This is not like doing a hard reset yourself, which I haven't done it in so long, I had to rack my brain and talk to people to see what it does. When you did that, say on PC, it would also delete your hunting pressure along with all your need zones, so on and so forth. We don't do that. We don't do it that way. It's individual species. In fact, you may even still have your need zones, but it's all about the home range. It's all about the home range. Need zones, just go and refine them. They're going to be in the same spots. If you've put a lot of hunting pressure down, they're just going to move aside that hunting pressure. They're still there. So it's all about the home range. It's nice to have a little clarification on that one. You don't need to worry so much about your need zones. They simply aid you in times and places, but home range, it'll keep them there. So forward looking, some people were confused. Well, I've still got hunting pressure. There wasn't a reset. The hunting pressure does not necessarily get removed. And our QA is actually, because I did question this morning, I saw it, I went to QA, and they were pretty certain, yeah, everything's worked as intended, but just simply because it's been such a big topic of conversation, they are double checking that. But I don't have that full, set info for you today. We'll get more tomorrow, but it looks as if everything was reset properly and continue on your way. We don't have any plans to do anything else with them, and it really doesn't have the effect on your hunt that a lot of people think it does. So yeah, get out there, get after it. Everything's gone real well with it. Okay, keep moving. We'll get through the gameplay. We'll go back to chat, and then we'll go in through the visuals and such. Actually, we're in the UI. Maybe that was a good time. It's a good time. It's good times. Jake, what's cracking, man? What's happening? Yeah, I know it takes a lot. Unfortunately, Jing, that's how the game was designed. Everything touches everything, so it's just where it's at. You know, the game's still not that big. It's 70-ish gigs, depending on your platform. You know, the update on most platforms should have been around 20 gig, but that varies when it comes to consoles. They condense the files, so that'll vary yet again. You know, and I saw some confusion with that from some of our Steam members, and there was some chat. So I had to download 72 gigs. No, you were downloading 20 gigs, but it shows of 72 because it's going to reinstall all that, right? So it's just the process. What maps were reset? None of the maps. No maps. There wasn't any maps reset. I just read off the species that were. I got my coffee, bad intentions. What's cracking, brother? Good to see you, my friend. I'm on Java number 2. I don't blame you, 6 string. Yep. I cannot support skipping out on work and or school. It's very important to get an education, pay your bills, that sort of stuff. But if you do find yourself somehow at home playing, make sure you're in our gaming groups and you're posting your progress. Show us those incredible trophies, your tangos, because you're all going to learn to dance. You got the roos, you got the bed tags, and there are lots of fun out there. So I want to see what y'all do. You fern animals were all reset except red deer. No. The resets were... Now, remember, patch notes are your true line of information. These are published patch notes. This is what's been done. Leading up to this, we work off of preliminaries, and nothing is finalized until release day. So if you want to see anything that's done, check it out. You're here. I'll actually put a direct link to our website into here and into here. You guys can go and check that out if you want to read along, if you want to see them, if you haven't seen them. The resets are right here. It is the springbok, the bison, the Euro, and the plains, the alligators, and the Mexican bobcat. I believe that would be crocodiles too, I think were missed. The fur variations, the fur updates were different. They did not get a reset. They're right here. It's the red deer, the feral goat, and the fallow deer. So this is our truce. This is what was put live to everybody on whatever route to get here. This is what we've got. This is what you can expect. So yeah, it's good. It's good. Resets don't quite have the effect that some folks think. It's actually not such a bad thing. So, but irregardless, you know, these ones needing, especially the springbok and the 2 varieties of bison, because they had a complete, like a major change with their true racks. Okay, let's get into the UI. Players wishing for a more immersive experience can now disable the control hints in the UI by turning them off in interface sections. That's kind of cool. We've had a lot of requests for this, so it's nice that you'll be able to do that. If the hide all clues hotkey is activated, a control hint will appear showing which key you press to show them. So if you've changed things before this, simply return it to default. It's fine, but you will get those hints to tell you where it is, and you can go in and take a look as well through the settings. Main menu has been straightened out. We're not doing this anymore. You know, we were just a little tilted. We are taking all our trophies. What do you expect, man? Animal Harvest and the Honey profile have been reorganized to put great ones at the top of the list. And closing the customization menu with unsaved changes will now prompt you to save your changes before leaving. We did this because a lot of people were thinking it was bugging out, and upon investigation, they just weren't hitting the save more often than not. So that is there now. Push your buttons, do the things. Visuals, not a ton, but still kind of big. Added new shadow rendering improvements. Screen space contact shadows. They're okay, now these are on by default on newer consoles. PC players may need to activate them by turning them on in the video settings menu. It's kind of a big deal, so check it out and see what you think. You're at your discretion what you want to do with those. Shotgun animations were improved. Now, one thing I'd like to touch on here, and we know about this, our known issues list. I'm not sure if it got updated already, but it will be. There is an issue at certain times of day on certain maps, and I'm just going to put this right out there, at a high wind scenario. So this won't happen on every map or reserve. But some, like Yukon, will be affected by this than others. There is a bug where the water is going to look a little bit goofy. Please bear with it for now. We are working on a fix, but that isn't the known issues. And again, it happens when the wind really kicks up. So it's not an all the time thing, but it's just not rendering it properly. It looks a little goofy. It's not going to affect your hunt, but hey, any bug bothers the out of us, man. We want to fix it. So yeah, putting that out there. I have to. I just want you guys to know we are aware. We're working on that. The shotgun animations are kind of cool. Shotgun animations are kind of cool. Check those out if you haven't seen them. A lot of fun with those. The shotguns are actually really nice, having a shotgun while you're running around Emerald Coast. It's a really good way to, not die. Yeah, it's great. Bug fixes. Okay, we're going for a while here. You get ready now. This is big. So a lot has been fixed, and a lot of things that have been requested. And before I get into this, if you experience anything, any bugs, anything you think is not right, please submit a ticket to our support. That should be the first before you do anything. Then go into our Discord and make sure that it's not already in there, and start your own thread, your own post with as much info as you can. Between these two channels, we've been able to tackle things in a much speedier manner. We've been able to get more info, which helps us recreate if there is an issue. It's video games. There will always be issues. And we have a pretty good thing going here right now where we're able to get the report, get the info, reproduce it, and squash it. So big shout out to all of those who have been taking those steps. And because, we don't want any bugs. We don't want any issues. Okay. Drum roll, because, man, I ain't doing this all in one breath. I'll drop over. I will keel over. There is a lot. Let's start with the Capicali. They will now react properly being shot while performing certain aggressive animations. There were some that were kind of fun, but we need to make it right. Place turkey decoys will no longer vanish when you leave a reserve. That was annoying. That was an annoying one. The keen eye skill will correctly be triggered while away from the lookout towers. Now, I know not everybody uses the keen eye, but if you have, we recognize the importance of it because you've spent your skills to get there. And it costs a pretty penny of in-game credits to redo it. So we put some love into it. It should be working correctly. And that is from reports from you guys. The muscle memory perk will now work as it should. Give it a flex. That's a big one. We fixed the sight calibration issue with the Hudzik 50 cap lock. Absolutely, majorly appreciated. It's something that's used by a lot of the community. It was shooting hard right. It's no longer doing that. And again, from tickets being submitted, we learn about these things. We go out and we do our testing. And there's just, there's so much in this game. And even as it moves through our testing groups and our beta testers and all of our internal testing, some things are inevitably going to get missed. So thank you to the community on that one. We've squashed that. However, and this is, I believe, on the known issues list, and I should let you read it. I don't have it up in front of me, but I'm going to tell you because it relates exactly to this and potentially to shotguns. Anything that could change you're zeroing with different ammo types, you may find yourself locked on the incorrect zeroing. Simply by picking that ammo type and doing a restart will fix it. So there is a workaround, and I really just want to put out there. So for instance, with the Hudzik, if you are on your round ball and you're locked in at 100 meters, you click to your mini ball and you want to go to 200 meters, but you're locked. You just need to switch to your mini ball, restart the game, and it'll be fixed. That will make it onto our known issues list. There is a workaround, so please keep that in the back of your mind so you can pass it around, my friends. The Grellic drilling rifle should no longer leave you unable to fire when switching from shotgun to rifle mode. There was it was annoying. It's fixed. An issue was resolved where revolvers could become jammed when hip firing. And you know, we made them act like double action revolvers when hip fired, which improved their stability. That's cool. That is cool. Look, a lot of people are doing the hip fire option now, especially since you know we got a lot more handguns. And like, if you tried the Glock, it's insane on hip fire. I've seen great ones taken with it. I would never do that personally, but yeah. So hip firing, that's good news. The reward weapons for parking Fernando will now unlock correctly when the missions are completed. The ultimate memento mission on Medvedtega can be completed again. Big shout out. And that was a big roadblock, so that's fixed. Fixed an issue with the mission mucking it up for science on Verhunga Savannah, where it was difficult to find one of the objectives. We addressed the issue with the cats in the cradles mission on New England. Cans shot with rifles and pistols during the target practice will fall over now. So those were kind of big. Those were kind of big. We know how much a lot of our players enjoy some of these missions, and we know the frustration. So thank you for reporting. Thank you for reporting. Please don't assume that we see it from a post on Twitter or in Facebook, or we need those tickets so that it makes it through to the proper channels. So thank you very much, my friends. There's a whole bunch here of UI, and honestly, like, some of it, you know, this is big, moving the hideout clues to U. It was on C before, being that was so close on the keyboard to, you know, your movement key and D. A lot of people like to use that key for other, you know, to put something else on there. We heard that, we moved it to U. That's a big one. When you want to save your loadouts, it is displayed on the screen in the bottom corner, but we have it in the patch notes. Hit your R is now going to save them. You can change your keybind for the rangefinder bow sight, which is a big one, right? It's all here. It's all here for your viewing pleasure. Let me go through here. These are all actually pretty big. I feel like I should read them all. You know, some of them are like little ones, like the weapon wheel no longer, you know, using this confusing text. Those were just changes that needed to be made on our back end. You know, the loadouts, we knew there was a lot of focus on them. We spent a lot of time with those. Yeah, I think, honestly, I'm going to let you guys read. I will be here forever. I will. This will take me forever to get through. Let's go down and look if there's anything else blaring that I need to throw out there. Oh, not sponsored by... It's only during my bloody streets. I swear, one of these days... Man, what's up, Uni? How's it going? Man, put it like this. There is a ton in there for you guys to go over. Please take the time. Check it out if you have any questions. You know, we're around Discord. We're around doing the stuffs and things. Super excited to hear everybody's feedback and what they think thus far of this new map. We're going to hit the river. We're going to walk it. And we're going to have a little chat. Go over some things. Tips and tricks. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. The show must go on. There's lots to discover out here, and there's stories behind a lot of it. I'm going to leave you guys to that, and I am just going to jump over a wall and get out of here. Am I gonna... I think I can do it. I think we can get down here in one piece. Yep. Okay, hold on. There we go. We're looking pretty good. Let's head down. Man, you guys are just teasing me. Great spot for Russo over here. You guys will, you know, over time, you'll all discover where everything is on the map and how it's all laid out with the dispersion of the home ranges. It's kind of well put together. But one of the things that I've heard some struggles with already is our foul hunters are trying really hard to get after these magpies. Now, let me tell you, I'll give you a little insight. This is such a great spot. That's why I got Tencel up here. Magpies you're going to find, they have limited home ranges. You're not really going to find magpies over here. You're going to find them mostly around this area. You'll have to find out exactly where. But what else you find around the Ruby Coast and even down through some of the Mangrove Coast is the salties. The salties, they chase a whole lot of things. Now, they also get chased. You want to see something fun? Go find the bentangs and the salties. Thank me later. But one of the things you're really going to appreciate or not appreciate is the interaction that they have with some of the animals around these areas. Now, specifically up top here, if you've moved through this area, it is electric. You're going to find all kinds of treats up there, one of them being the crocodiles. Now, you don't have to put your setups in the water. Quite simple solution. Probably the best tip I can give you is just move it up and away from the water. Especially if you were there away from, I mean, you're moving, long and short of it, you're moving away from the crocodiles. You don't need to be right at the water's edge. The crocodiles do move up a little inland. You can move further away and they will not affect your hunts. I'm telling you this because I had a few questions. I can't even hunt these things. I can't even. You absolutely can. I mean, you can take the time to run around and shoot all the crocodiles and try and get them before your respawns come back. You can create windows. Just drop a tent. It's going to spook everything, you know, for that 200 plus meters. Dropping a tripod, 150 meters spook. Shoot a gun, 250 plus in the big rifles. You could do that. But realistically, just move your setups back. Move your setups back. Have some fun with it. I really can't wait to see all of the magpies because they are low-key one of the best new additions to the game. They look absolutely prehistoric and I love it. I love it. Crocodile is a fave for sure, Alpine, right? Loved seeing Alpine out there. He's an aspiring creator, the Hunter Call of the Wild. You'll find him over on Twitch. He got access over the weekend, had a lot of fun with it, and he was an authentic Australian. And to see his responses and his reactions, it tickled me pink. About as pink as my map was throughout the weekend. Holy, it is just insane. You got a diamond kangaroo already, Blackout. Beautiful, my friend. Beautiful. Oh, right on, Caitlin. Super pumped that you're excited for the magpies. So am I. I can't wait to just have a focus session on magpies. I've been all over the board. The sambar have got me. The roots have got me. The hog deer have got me. And by the way, another tip that I'll throw out there, the collars are absolutely strong. You want to have a lot of fun. The new collar for the sambar, as it likes to say, is also, if you go in and take a boo, good for the rusa and the hog deer. And it works like a charm. You know, there's been a lot of focus on just shooting things from afar, cycling around, getting as many as we can. I highly recommend that you go back to your roots. Call those bad boys in. Have some fun with it. Watch their behaviors and their animations. And it's very effective. It's a great way to hunt. Good option and tons of fun with it. Speaking of shooting things at range, we're going to drop that red just so we got something to go take a look at as we get closer, and then we'll get back to the Yippee app. And I just happen to love these guys. If you haven't seen their new reskin, well, we're about to go take a look. We'll give that guy a little bit of lung love and watch him as he progresses off and around. The red deer, I think they were due. They definitely look quite different than they were before. The new great one, welcome Elite Digger. Man, if you've missed it, we have the great one fallow making a presence here within the game. You do not only have to hunt it here on Emerald Coast, but like, why wouldn't you? But it is available on all maps that currently have fallow, all reserves. Have a lot of fun with it. We showed them off a little bit in some of our previous streams. They are gorgeous and a huge addition in my mind to the game. The baby tip collar. So does that mean you can lose a diamond to a croc? No. No. I haven't got a diamond roo as my very first roo. If I didn't misclick my rifle and dome it with a 50 cal. Oh, you would have got a diamond roo as your first. Fantastic, brother. Good luck on your respawns. I hope it does you well. Man, I spend a good bit of time on the Rusa, the Sambar, and oh man, they've really nailed, in my opinion, they nailed the Sambar to the weights. You'll find them in Australia, bang on. They vary throughout, but yeah, according to what you see in average, that's what you'll see here in game. I think they're great. Such a welcome addition. It's a deer mecca. like I've said it before, this new map is a deer mecca. We have so many deer species, and they're just so much fun. I just can't wait to hear what you all think, man. Red Deer's one of your favorites. Nice. Darth Gold, what's happening? The new color, there's one for the magpie, and there's one for the rusa, sambar, and hog deer. It's all one. It's this bad boy right here. I'm gonna put it in my mouth. There's two designs I've seen of these in real world hunting. They're pretty cool. One of them is like a handheld, almost like a reed, little handheld reed collar or something. I've never tried one, but I was looking at it. And then ones you put in your mouth. We have the one that you put into your mouth. We also have langbara. Yeah. Just looking for his 15 minutes of fame. You know what I'm saying? The only slight flaw I saw in the tails on the roos are slightly oversized. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. I hadn't heard that yet. With a name like Aussie Sarah, I'm going to defer to yourself for better knowledge than myself. But you know, it's hard to nail everything exactly. I personally love how they look, but again, I've never been face to face with one IRL, so. Maybe something we can endeavor to accomplish in the future. It's hard to nail things exactly. Some of it too has to do with, you know, animations they have to do as they move and such. But yeah. Jaxie, how can I control my recoil better? Mark Jones, there's a number of things you can do, mostly through your skills and perks. Your perks are fantastic. Don't just look at the rifle perks. There's actually quite a few that help you through the shotgun and handgun. And it'll make a massive difference. Plus, on top of that, your position, like if you are standing, you're going to have more wobble. If you crouch, you'll have less. And obviously, if you go prone, be careful going prone. Sometimes you hit ground. And then on top of that, also depends on what scope you're using. The Argus has more of that death wobble, but you get a better look. You can get in closer on it. And actually, I will say the Argus on this map is quite useful. It's quite useful. I've never been a big fan of the Argus, not knocking it. Lots of people love it. It's the go-to for a lot of folks. But I'm probably going to carry it a lot more myself too. What up, Root? How you doing, brother? What's cracking? Is the sound of the new sambar collar incorrect? Sounds like a quail. Nope, that's correct. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, you got to be kidding me. That's it. I jumped onto Google. I went through YouTube, and it sounds accurate to me. That's my extent of knowledge of these bad boys, though, IRL. So if you haven't seen them, Red Deer got a lot of love. They got a lot of love. You'll find the furs that got all the different new textures. They look so much better. I think we'll all agree on that. Pretty happy with it. Pretty pumped. I mean, this is just a small 6, but pretty cool. Look at that. And there's light brown. So, you know, they don't all look almost exactly the same now, which is nice. Definitely huge improvement. Freaking love it. So thankful. So thankful. They needed some love. So there we go. Had a lot of people ask me for that when we were on our last official live, and I got distracted with hog deer. Plus, you know, there's got to be some things that you guys discover. I love that there's now distance info in the calls. They say the animals are fleeing. I can see how useful it is for new players, and for ourselves too. You know, you can see that animal calling. If it's fleeing, oh, it's a male. Maybe I want to go and check out to see what it was. You know, it might be a monster, might not be. But also having that estimated range is actually really helpful for all of us, because then we'll know, hey, if it was fleeing, okay, we know he was 100 meters from us. He's going to flee for a couple hundred meters. It kind of helps us, you know, with those details, right? Oh, let's see. I've had more fun with the Crocs than you did with the Gators, all because of the wonderful change to them. Howlin' Hatchet, love to hear it. Go back and check out the Mississippi. Go tell me what you think over there. I mean, honestly, you're going to be on Emerald Coast for a while if you're like me, but at some point, Alex, you know what? Good question. Let me show you, my friend. I've got an interesting loadout. I was kind of toying around with things. For this loadout, I brought the 22-250. Now, I do have the 243, and I would not say that you should do this. I was doing a little comparison. The 243, obviously 243 is going to perform better. But I just, you know, for my own, this is what I was doing on my own personal streams and such. And I actually found that 22-250 is actually pretty good. You know, it's not like, oh my goodness, this thing's gonna drop everything. But like, I've actually dropped red deer with it too. So it's effective. You just don't get the big quick kill on some of the bigger animals in its range. But still, yeah, it's pretty cool. And along with that, I also brought the 7mm because, you know, bigger animals deserve bigger caliber. And I brought the Sunberg 454 because Crocs, and I need to be able to defend myself. It's just a great option. But that is with the Pack Mule perk. That's how I'm able to squeeze all that in, and some collars and a tent. You can swap that up quite nicely too, right? You really can. Come on, man. I don't want any trouble out of you guys. We got stuff and things to do. Off they go. Nice fork calling at me over there. Let's just keep moving. Can I play the new map while I download the update? So, you know, Zach, I not on PC. You need to finish it on PC. But I do believe on consoles they give you that option. Things might be a little goofy, though. You might not get all your dialogue in the missions. I personally would wait. But I know that's something that they do offer on some. Yeah, oh, nice, Alpine. Love to hear it, brother. Love to hear it. Haven't even looked for geese yet. Had enough of all geese after care. Hey, man, if you had my relationship with them IRL, you might just go on a slaughter. I've been harassed so many times. They are murder chickens. Truly live up to that nickname. Okay, let's just keep moving here. It's early though, right? So, you know, we're not going to see a whole lot. This is more a tour, a chance for us to talk. I want your feedback. I'm sorry, Moose. Fair. Don't play something else. Get after it. Any chance to have same zoom sensitivity to binocular when zooming? It's set up differently. And it depends on the magnification. It depends on if it's a scope, if it's the bino, so the optics themselves. So they won't be just the same, unfortunately. Hey, what's happening? NCAA, long-time viewer. Just want to say, keep up the great work. I'm patiently waiting for console release on the Angler. That's not too far away, my friend. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us here today. We were going to get the Angler console. I just read that. Yes, absolutely. It's coming this summer. We're going to get some free DLCs on Epic Games. Some tents would be good. Guys, there's, so we like to try and do some fun stuff. The DLCs, you're probably not going to see the DLCs for free. But you will see the base game for free. Whether you have it or not, it's a great option to pick it up while it's free on Epic Games. I think that starts, I want to say the 21st and the 22nd. I don't have the dates in front of me. Keep your eyes open for that. Great way to get your friends into the game. Great way to have just another sort of backup of if you stuffs and things you want to do. If you look at the little 4, I haven't seen a 4 red deer on my maps in so long. Wow. This river complex, I mean, it's completely different colors, but I get that New England mountain vibes, which is my favorite thing about that map. Wow. This is now the map with the most species that can go aggro, isn't it? Truly Australia. I mean, everything in Australia wants to kill you is a long-standing joke I've always thrown out there. And it just makes me want to go there even more. Truly such a gorgeous locale for our newest DLC in the game. I'm so thankful. Australia has always been one of my top 3 must visits. Really has. IRL. And so to have this in game, man, and it is dangerous. Just curious why you hate the thought of an Australia. Oh, you're talking to, sorry. We deserve a better deal. Yeah, you're right. And we should probably charge full price for our game and all the DLCs, but we don't. We want to keep it as accessible as possible. That's why the game is so cheap. We always offer it on as many sales as we're possibly able to, and the DLCs are stupid cheap. For the amount of work that goes into them, the amount of time and what it brings to the game, we try to keep it all as accessible as possible. We want everybody into it. I can't believe that it's still so cheap. Everything else is going up. You know, I imagine at some point in time I honestly feel that we should have increases at some point. Kudos that we've made it this far. It's crazy. It's super cheap, and I love that the team does that. Much respect. They just want to get everybody in there as easily as possible and not have those big huge paywalls, right? Like, I just bought Diablo 4. I'm $120 poor. Jeez. What a great game. Very feasible to get out and to do a grind. If you are a grinder on this map, not a reserve, map, very, very feasible. Love the layout, the setups. There is definitely a change in the focus on this map compared to others. Oh, was I badly quartered? I just got flesh. I probably just missed the lung by that much. That's the problem with the quarter shot. You will see that if you spend a lot of time on here, you're going to find areas that are hot for some of the grindable species. I mean, they're all grindable, right? You're a grinder, but you're probably after the fallow. Fallow and the red deer and even the hog deer do work quite well with drink times. It's not the only time though. Don't get stuck in that trap that we've all been stuck in for so long, and it's a welcome trap. We all like hunting those drink times, but you can effectively hunt every species on this map, not even touching the drink times, which is so cool. It's so cool. Having said that, you still have the options to do so with many of the species, and of course, our great one species, you can certainly still do that. So you'll find a lot of them down at these lakes down here. You'll find them mixed around all up through here, and yeah, don't need to find every need zone either. Trust me. Scotland next beard? Oh, that would be great. That'd be awesome, man. I mean, I could neither confirm nor deny that we'd be doing another map and or reserve. Were we to do so, we would certainly want your feedback in the Discord feedback section. And upvote. Don't split the votes. Go see if someone else has got the similar concept, and you can just fill in the dots. You can fill in the dots if you've got a difference of opinion, but if someone said the same locale, just post your theory in there, and we will see it. And share those upvotes. The more upvotes, the more attention it gets when we go and we peruse through. You know, Australia did really well. It did really well. It was really hard knowing what was coming and seeing everybody asking, and it really gained some serious volume over the last little while. I was hoping it was going to make it back before it went down. Death by flesh wound, it bothers me as an ethical hunter, even in game. How come kangaroos are silver at level 7? They can be a gold as well, Harry. Yeah, they go up to level 9. So you can expect, as the scoring's figured out, people will get it. People will get it. Yeah, there's scoring's different on all of our species as well, though. Look at this guy. Just casually strolling along. Just taking his time. I'll just take my time and reload my boomstick. Come on, baby. Gonna give me a shot on you, or what are you gonna do here? Maybe a little far back, but should put him down. Still caught lung, I believe. Love that sound, man. People complain of the game being cheap. Do you want expensive? Go play? Yeah, don't. Nah, it's. You know, see, this is a conversation we understand well, and rather than have the game priced at a $50 or $60 price point, because let's face it, due to its success and the amount of effort and work and content in it, we could do that. Team doesn't want to do that. They want to keep it accessible. And the same goes with our DLCs. You know, truly, when the game was first came to concept, you could tell by the way it was designed, we did not foresee that the game would become so incredibly popular. There wasn't anything with this level of, dare I say, success at that point. So, you know, we're pumping out the DLCs, and that's how we can continue to support the game and put content into the game. Truly, it's been a heck of a ride, you know. We have an incredible community that's sprung up behind it, and we don't want to scare that community off, so we try to keep it all as accessible as possible. Sorry, it's like a muscle memory. I'm Aussie and loving the new map. Feels like home. Wish the cars had right-hand drive, though. I was waiting for that, Max. I was waiting for that. That's the first thing I said when I made it to that first new outpost. I sat there and I was like, don't they have right-hand drive? Like it's right-hand drive down there. So yeah, you know, I agree with you. Hey, if that's the only thing that a true Aussie comes into chat and says, that truly, that warms my heart. And the team put a lot of time and effort into these things. Some stuff has to do with balance and game enjoyment and stuff, but you know, trying to get these trees right and trying to get the environment right, trying to create the feeling of the vastness, the size here on the reserve. These are all true challenges. You know, one of the things I'm really appreciative of, okay, good boy, sit down. Shh. Yeah, you too. Is the seamless transition between biomes. You almost don't even notice it, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I've walked away from where I was. This looks cool, you know? But yeah, problem's not the price, it's where you can increase it a little, but please pick several problems or at least listen a little more to the community. There are a few faithful to this game. Okay, so yes, we do. We try to listen as much as possible, and we interact with that. And one of them is, you know, we do so here in the streams. We've opened forums in our Discord, and we action on everything. We get tickets. Those that submit the tickets, we are extremely grateful for. What I often see, though, is a post where someone will come in and say, now listen to this or that or the other. We're not going to see it if it's lost in a stream comment, if it's just posted on a Twitter comment section, you know, and we certainly, we try our best. And we've squashed them. Holy, have we ever absolutely destroyed so many of the issues that, you know, had been persisting. And a lot of those issues, they stem from the fact that game was never designed to be this big, to have as much brought to it as it does, because everything touches everything, right? So, yeah, we endeavored to be better at all times. And I think that we have definitely been on the right course, especially these last year and a half, even 2 years. We've been kicking butt and taking names. I feel. So yeah, come get involved, see the work, see the happenings, and I appreciate it all. I really do. See what I mean? They just look so much better. I promised I would show the reds a little more. I'm doing that right now. Nonetheless, just a 6, nothing fancy. There's the brown. So we've seen a couple different varieties here. A lot of love have gone into these to bring them up to speed. And I think you'll see that on up-and-comers too, right? I really do. Let's gain a little ground here. Are you glad you cannot hold anything back on the new content? Oh, man. Hardest thing for me in my job is knowing some of the new stuff coming and not being able to tell you all. Straight up. Just straight. I'm sorry about that. Just got notice from PS5 app. The map is ready to go. Nice. No, you're definitely feeling sick now. Oh, did I just hear you cough? 6 string. Base game is priced the same as others in early access, which, by the way, at the time it came out, it was just appropriate. Yeah, and there is a sale that happens with Steam when things are released. But that would be it. I know there's a summer sale coming up. I will not see Emerald Coast on there. It's too new. But we do have an agreement with, you know, the new releases when they come out, and I love that happens. Love to see it on all platforms, but hey, anywhere is better than nowhere. Can you help? I'm desperate. My map is broken. It resets me every time I log off. I'm not a support guy, but it sounds to me like you have a sync issue. But, you know, it should be at least saving it on your client side. If you're on Steam, you would need to enable your cloud saves, but it should be saving on your client side, which tells me there's something going on. Probably with something else you've downloaded or that is interfering. Best bet is to contact support so they can help get you sorted, my friend. Who's been updated for 7 hours. Takes me back to the days. I think we've all been there, my friend. Hopefully the internet gods are kind to you. Okay, I don't want to focus just on reds. I want to keep moving. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how quick time goes. Wow. I feel like there is so much more I needed to cover here today. How many species? What is our actual count? Is it 14 or 15? I think it's 14, isn't it? I just got a new map. It's still telling me to buy it. I play to do what I can do. Yeah, I want to get you in there too, Sweaty Biscuits. That sounds like a desync between you and your platform store. Check in our you know, Cash is really good with helping people with these sorts of things. We have a lot of resources in the Discord, little mini guides, things you can run through, like, you know, deleting cache and stuff like that. Not cache our mod, but cache of your platform. There's a few little things. Otherwise, it could be something on the store end. I always like to just offer right off the bat, do a restart, reset your router. Can we see the magpie geese? I don't have dev controls right now. If I run, I will not make it there. And I got carried away. I didn't even go. Hey, you know what? I'll be quicker if I go from here. I didn't even go and unlock all my outposts during the early access. I had 2 streams that I did, and I focused on 2 approaches from west to east. And if you want to have a lot of fun, just start in the morning around 7 from the main outpost, the first one you discover, and work your way straight across along the bottom, and then do the same from the top. You have to obviously ride up to the top, and you'll see 2 completely different hunts with a lot of success. It's so fun. I went from here. You can see the route I took. Got my diamond right around here, the diamond axis. Great spot for deer down here, man. And then I did the same here, and I cut up and went, oh, it's just insane. I can't wait to do the middle. I've explored the entirety of this map now on my work account, my dev account, and I can tell you that you can't go wrong here. You can't. The way they've laid out the home ranges on this, it's insane. It's so great. Time of day, obviously, for different species, but there's no dead zones ever, which is great. And that's where, you know, being able to, okay, hold on, let's just go east. Let's just run. I ain't gonna make it. Who are we kidding? I got 1 minute. You can join me later. I'll be doing the same thing. A lot of our creators will be out there doing the same thing. It's release day. It's time to have some fun. A little fun in the Australian sun. I just want to see what you were catching that flea call as you took off. God, what a nice addition to the game, man. It's low key gonna really help our hunts. John Eric, perhaps. Look, I just don't like to talk about that. I feel wrong, even though I'm a partner creator. We have some incredible creators, and they all have some great content out right now. I know Ron's been busting his butt on a bunch of guides. If you're looking for some guides, and of course, you know, Lady's gonna have a bunch out there too. Mel's been out there crushing it. Clinton's been out there. Flinter's slaying it. Crow's crushed it. Every time I turn around, I'm getting a new notification that Crow's got more out there. You know, I was watching some of Chris KSE. I am just a lowly English speaker, but man, he is entertaining, absolutely entertaining. Just guys, if you don't know about it, in our Discord, not only can you see all of our partnered creators down the right hand side, and these are guys and gals that have absolutely put so much time and effort into their channels and into the community that we show them a lot of love and support. But they have another section where they can directly link all of their VODs, their videos, and their streams. Keep an eye on that stuff and show some support. It's, it's difficult. We're a small genre. You know, these aren't creators in a game like Call of Duty that has so many people out there. Diablo, give them that support so they can continue to do what they do. You know, I relate so well. It's how I started. It's how I eventually came to be here sitting in front of you. I started as a creator, and I'm now the community manager, your community manager. Yeah. It never would have happened if it wasn't for that, for them and for that entire group. So please make sure to show them some love. Tell them the beard sent you too while you're at it, would you? Tons of people watch the great cut. They do. And what an incredible experience it was this last weekend. They were out there crushing it. I got 2 in myself. I got to go and watch a bunch and watch a bunch of the VODs, and I loved it. Why was this map a little more expensive than in the past? Was it a little more? I didn't have the final price. That's probably because inflation. There you go. I was just commenting earlier. I can't believe that we haven't been raised our prices, but still cheap, I would think, right? It's just with the sign of times, right? Everything's getting pricier. Everything's going up. We try not to, though. We try to keep everything down. I've been playing Diablo and stuff for this map. I haven't been able to touch Diablo because I've been so busy with this release. But I've been enjoying it too. Jackson, do you think for Christmas we could get an Arctic in northern Canada? I can neither confirm nor deny what is happening for Christmas. It's going to surprise a lot of you. I'll tell you that much. I think people will be happy. Price is normal for you. More expensive because it has a DLC weapon. No, we wouldn't have made that change. One more time, in case you guys missed it. I know I'm over time already. I can't help it. But you know, there is a lot of excitement whenever we get any new weapon in the game. It's just more variety. It gives you more options. The 22-250, it's not a slouch. It's a lot of fun to use. It's not the most powerful, but for its class, it is quite effective. You could buy it for $7,000 in the store right off the hop. However, push your storyline a little. Even if you're not a storyline guy or gal, push it a little bit, and what you're going to find is, you know, it's not meant to be a spoiler. I just want people to know you can unlock it through that means. And let me know what you think of the story. Let me know. Hope we go to Asia. Already saying cannot confirm or deny. Love it over in Canada map. Species are game. Price is normal for me too. Would love a white dry ridge. Oh, that'd be awesome, Alpine. Something I'm confused about in the patch notes. Reds and Fallow did not get reset. Those patch notes are your definitive answer. They got a fur rework. They did not need a reset. So we confirmed at release exactly what got reset in those patch notes. The only thing that's missing from there is I have no access were mistakenly missed. Where are you? They were mistakenly missed in the fur rework. Yeah, but one more time, let me just grab it, pull it up for the animals that were reset so that we can confirm. So there is no confusion. Dun, dun, dun. Where are we? The springbok, the European bison, the plains bison, alligators, crocodile, and Mexican bobcat population have been reset. Now, where a lot of the confusion has come is when an animal is reset specifically and not the whole map, like some of our players do. They go in and they delete that file and it replaces the whole map population. You will not necessarily lose your hunting pressure or your need zones. Your need zones may in fact still be there. A lot of it, there's a lot on the back end that decides whether these things happen, but it's not as much as a map or a reserve reset. This is a good thing though. This is a good thing. But I will stress one more time, not a huge focus on your need zones, my friends. It's about the home range. Okay? If you don't see a need zone you previously had, just go back there and you will find it once again. It's not gone. It's just more a marker for the player. Your home range is what matters. Okay. Wow. I've run out of time. I never made it to the coast. We moved through 2 biomes there. We're moving into the other biome. You see how seamless it is? Everything just starts to thin out. You know? Fauna starts to change. It's really cool. Reds wasn't pop reset. Just changed the furs. Anyone that's still in the red deer grind, that is correct. That is correct. So speaking, if you did not become a content creator, where would you be now if you not choose it? If I did not become a content creator, I would probably still be running my excavation companies, putting holes in the ground and making things disappear. But I was a hardcore gamer and hunter, and maybe I would have had more time to hunt. No, I wouldn't change a thing. Everything happens for a reason, my friend. The seamless change of the biomes is amazing. It truly, truly is. Man, I just want to keep streaming. But I can't. That is all the time we have, my friends. Thank you all so much for coming to join me. I never made it quite to the coast. We got close to the coast. Almost. But it ain't horseshoes and hand grenades. Guys, once again, if you have any issues along your ways in your journey through Emerald Coast or anywhere within our game since this update, please use the proper channels so that we don't miss it. Make sure to submit a ticket. And once that is done, head to Discord. Please go into the feedback sections, go to the bug reporting sections, and let us know your thoughts, any issues, so that we can action on it right away. We do as much as we can, but there's so much to cover. Sometimes these things happen. It is just hitting live, so we're doing our absolute best, and honestly, feels like a great release. Big round of applause to the team. Big round of applause to all of our community moderators through all this. You get the big slow clap, my friends. It has been crazy out there, but it has been an absolute pleasure. And I, for one, wouldn't have changed a thing for the world. You are all absolutely amazing and what make this community so special. Here's to Emerald Coast Day, the newest DLC to come to the Hunter Call of the Wild that brings so much greatness. And all you got to do is go find it. Till next time, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow for a little fishing adventures for the angler. The angler. The hangler? We're angling. We're not hangling. Much love to each and every one of you from your bearded brother. We come from a land down under. Oh, I should have played that. No, I can't play.